暴風や大雨に加え、高潮にも警戒するよう呼びかけています。
Says the large typhoon could blow the nets away. A maximum wind speed of nearly 148 kilometers per hour was observed in Uruma City shortly before 8 p.m. Firefighters say 8 people have been injured in Okinawa Prefecture, including those who fell. 9 people have been injured in Okinawa Prefecture, including those who fell after being hit by high waves or strong winds. Seawater levels will rise between midnight and dawn in Okinawa when the full tide occurs. Flooding is possible along shores and near estuaries. An evacuation advisory has been issued to 200 people in 70 households in Higashi Village. Here's the outlook for wind and rain. Very strong winds may hit Okinawa until tomorrow with maximum speeds of 180 kilometers per hour. Rain clouds around the typhoon may bring more than 50 millimeters of rain per hour with thunder between late tonight and tomorrow. Maximum rainfall forecast by late tomorrow afternoon is 300 millimeters in Okinawa and 200 millimeters in the Amami region. Temperatures exceeded 35 degrees in some parts of Kyushu, relatively far from the typhoon. The hot weather was due to strong sunshine combined with a warm, humid air mass blowing from around the typhoon. Many people described feeling symptoms of heat stroke in various parts of Kyushu. 9 high school students complained about what appeared to be heat stroke during an emergency life-saving class in a gym in Kumamoto City. 7 of them were taken to hospital. Temperatures soared in parts of Kumamoto. A reporter says rain is hitting the ground in torrents and visibility is less than several tens of meters. The humid air mass from the storm front has made atmospheric conditions over western and eastern Japan unstable. A rain gauge in the town of Sera in Hiroshima Prefecture recorded 67 millimeters over 1 hour through 7 p.m. The unstable atmospheric conditions over western and eastern Japan are expected to bring heavy rainfall to various areas through tomorrow. Thunderstorms with rainfall of more than 30 millimeters an hour are expected in areas near the front. Typhoon number 11 is very powerful. Which route will it take? Weather forecaster Hiroko Ida says number 11 is expected to move west as if following number 9. She says 11 is likely to begin to turn toward the north on Sunday, then move very slowly. She says it remains to be seen whether it will move west or east afterwards. She says the route depends on this high pressure system over the Pacific. Asked why the Pacific high affects the typhoon's route, Ida says a typhoon doesn't move on its own and is pushed by nearby winds. She says winds are flowing clockwise in the Pacific high and the 2 typhoons are moving to the west along its wind zone. She says the typhoon's courses depend on how the high pressure system weakens. She says people in western and eastern Japan are advised to watch their travel routes closely from late next week.
Stock prices fluctuated wildly in Shanghai again today, affecting markets throughout the world.
上野公園近くの玄関口がそうです。マイナンバー対応サービス、マイナンバー対応サービス、認定です。
Tokyo Stock Exchange earlier today, a reporter says sell orders are being placed just after the morning session has begun. Share prices fell across the board since yesterday. The Nikkei average of 225 selected issues plunged more than 600 points at one time. New York on Wednesday. With heavy sell orders due to concerns over China's economic outlook. Amid global attention, trading began on the Shanghai market on Thursday. A reporter says share prices fell from the start of trading this morning. Shortly after the start of trading, the key index fell by more than 3% from yesterday's close. This woman says she feels very frightened. She cannot buy anymore. But about 20 minutes later, prices recovered slightly as investors purchased back the stricken shares. The index finished the morning session higher than yesterday's close. Chinese authorities' action apparently helped to raise stock prices. Share price fluctuations on the Shanghai market affected the market in Tokyo. Moves to buy back stock rapidly expanded. This man says he feels relieved since he thought share prices would continue to fall. This woman says it is important to make investments with a long-term view. Nikkei average ended the day higher than yesterday's close. It fluctuated in a range of over 700 points today. Also in Shanghai, the key index ended with an increase of about 5% from yesterday's close.
We are joined by our reporter in Shanghai, Takanori Tamei. The stock price recovered today. How are Chinese investors responding to the change? We hear some of them say they got a break, but they're not very optimistic. As we interviewed the investors, many said the important thing is whether the effect lasts. They're waiting to see how effective the authorities' measures will be. Many investors have already suffered major losses, and the shock of market plunge won't go away easily. Some of them who had irrecoverable massive losses are storming to the building of security surveillance authorities. Such a move can spread further and cause instability in the society if the stock price plunges again. So the Chinese authorities will continue to apply measures to prop up and support the share prices tomorrow on.
The unstable Shanghai market, will this have any effect on Japan's economy?
Many Chinese tourists spend lavishly on shopping in Japan. How do they see the stock market turmoil? This woman says she has never experienced a market crash like this, and she's a bit scared. Another woman says many people have been investing money in the Shanghai stock market, and they are worried.